Welcome to GMK tutorials. The second part in the Fourier transform is nothing but next properties. So here the third property is nothing but frequency shifting property. So in the later session we discussed two important properties, that is nothing but linearity property, and second one is nothing but a time shifting property. Coming to the third property, that is nothing but a frequency shifting property. So the name itself represents time shifting property. Frequency shifting property. So that means the shifting can be done in the frequency domain variable. The name from the name of the corresponding property. So that is nothing but, if you observe this statement, if x of t Fourier transform gives rise to x of omega, then e power j omega naught into t into x of t Fourier transform is gives rise to x of omega minus omega naught. Simply I can say in Telugu also, multiplication in the time domain results in the shifting in the frequency domain. మనం ఏదైనా ఒక మల్టిప్లికేషన్ అంటే ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్ టర్మ్స్తో ఈ పవర్ జే ఒమేగా నాట్తో మల్టిప్లికేషన్ చేస్తామంటే ది కోరస్పాండింగ్ షిఫ్టింగ్ ఈజ్ ప్రజెంట్ ఇన్ ద ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ డొమైన్. సో కమింగ్ టు ది ప్రూఫ్, so let us consider the standard definition of the Fourier transform. We know that you are also aware of that one, omega t. We know that x of omega is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. So that is the standard definition of the Fourier transform. Now simple guys, whatever the process we have done in the last session, the same phenomena also here we will carry that one. So let us see here. So what is the object here? This is nothing but this complete term is equal to here x of t. Therefore Fourier transform of this one. Therefore this complete part can be replaced with the x of t. Just I will replace x of t into e power j omega naught into t. Now e power minus j omega t is a standard form of the corresponding exponential term into dt. Now integral minus infinity to infinity, here x of t into here e power j omega naught t into e power minus j omega t, both are same actually. Therefore just you have to take minus j into minus j comma t as a common terms. Therefore we can represent x of t into e power minus j into omega minus omega naught into t. Now if you compare this one with the standard definition of x of omega, I can represent x of, generally x of this omega variable, here x of omega, but if you go for this case, the omega is equal to omega minus omega naught. So that's why I can represent x of omega minus omega naught. That is generally called as a frequency shifting property guys. This is also one of the most important property for external point of view. Coming to the next property, time scaling property. So here the time scaling property states that Fourier transform of x of at, Fourier transform of x of at is equal to 1 by a into x of omega minus omega by a actually. So let us see here also. So from the standard definition of Fourier transform, x of omega is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x of at into e power minus j omega t into dt. Now here also same thing guys, just I will directly replace this x of t from the given data. Therefore let us consider at is equal to some letter m, t is equal to m by a, dt is equal to dm by a, right? Now here I will replace the term Fourier transform of this one is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x of at. So here we assume that at is equal to m, therefore I can replace with m e power minus j omega. Here t is equal to, what is the variable ma? Here t is equal to m by a, therefore you have to replace with t is equal to m by a directly. After that dt is equal to dm by a. Actually in the previous case dt is equal to time domain, so here also time domain, just we consider the one dummy variable. Therefore dt is equal to dm by, just to change the corresponding dt variable with the dm by a. Now if you take a is equal 1 by a integral minus infinity to infinity x of m e power minus j into omega by a into m, just I will represent in the standard format of the corresponding Fourier transform equation. Therefore it is equal to x of omega actually, but if you observe this omega variable here, in place of omega we are getting omega by a. Therefore I can represent 1 by a is a constant value, 1 by a into this is equal to x of omega. Here omega is equal to omega by, therefore 1 by a into x of omega by a. So this is a time scaling property of the Fourier transform. So it is also one of the most important property for external point. Guys, so I think these two properties are very clear, I hope. Coming to the most important property in the Fourier transform or maybe Laplace transform, that is nothing but convolution property. Okay, this is very important guys, that's why I'll make it so many stars also. Okay, so this is the most expected question. Okay, so coming to the convolution property, so I can say directly statement convolution in time domain is equal to multiplication in the frequency domain. So that is the main statement of the convolution property. Therefore I can directly write this: Fourier transform of x1 of t convolution x2 of t is gives rise to x1 of omega into x2 of omega. So here Fourier transform. Okay guys, maybe here also we will represent that one. No need to represent here also same thing. Okay, so that is nothing but it is bidirectional actually. Okay, so here let us consider, we know that generally in the time domain here we are using the convolution property. So for that purpose just I can represent first x1 of t convolution x2 of t. So we know that from the basic convolution formula, x1 of t convolution x2 of t can be represented as here integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau into x2 of t minus tau into d tau. So this is a standard formula for convolution, right? After that now it is equal to this one. Just here now I will consider this part is equal to maybe x of t for the analysis point of view. Just from the definition of Fourier transform of this one is equal to, this is equal to this one actually. Just I will replace this integral minus infinity to infinity this term with this one, integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau into x2 of t minus tau into d tau e power minus j omega t into dt. So here guys one important thing, మీకు ఇచ్చిన కన్వల్యూషన్ ఫార్ములా అంటున్నారు కాబట్టి, సో కన్వల్యూషన్ ఫార్ములాకి టైం డొమైన్లో ఈక్వేషన్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేయండి ఫస్ట్. సో దిస్ కంప్లీట్ టర్మ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు దిస్ వన్ అంటున్నాను. నేను నెక్స్ట్ ఏం చేస్తున్నా అంటే ఫోరియర్ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్ అంటే మనకి స్టాండర్డ్ ఫార్మ్ వస్తుంది, ఇంటిగ్రల్ మైనస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ టు ఇన్ఫినిటీ దిస్ ఈజ్ ఇంటూ దిస్ పార్ట్ ఇంటూ ఈ పవర్ మైనస్ జే ఒమేగా టీ. నౌ దిస్ పార్ట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు దిస్ వన్ కదా. సో దట్స్ వై ఏం చేస్తున్నా అంటే ఈ ప్లేస్లో మనం అజంప్షన్ తీసుకున్న దాంట్లో ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ అయితే మనం ఫార్ములా నోట్ చేసామో ఆ ఫార్ములాని సింపుల్గా ఇక్కడ రీప్లేస్మెంట్ చేయండి. ఓకే, నౌ హియర్ ఆల్సో సేమ్ థింగ్ గైస్, హియర్ t minus tau is there, that's why I can make it into one format. T minus tau is equal to, let us consider some variable m. After that t is equal to m plus tau, dt is equal to dm guys. Okay, now integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau into here d tau is there. Just now I will separate the corresponding two different terms. One is in terms of a tau, second one is in terms of a m format. Therefore integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau into d tau, and second thing is nothing but we have one more integration is there, integral minus infinity to infinity x2 of the t minus tau can be assumed as the m x2 of m e power minus j omega. Here t is there, so t is equal to here m plus tau. Therefore replace t with m plus tau into dt is equal to dm, right? Now you have to separate the corresponding tau terms as well as m taus separately. Therefore integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau into e power minus j omega tau into d tau is the one term. Integral minus infinity to infinity x2 of m into e power minus j omega m into dm. So ఇక్కడ మల్టిప్లై చేస్తున్నామండి, e power minus j omega m e power minus j omega, two ప్రోడక్ట్స్ లాగా దీన్ని మనం డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ చేయొచ్చు. డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ చేసి దెన్ వీ కెన్ సపరేట్ ది కోస్పానింగ్ టర్మ్స్ టు ద two parts. Now if we compare these individual parts within the brackets is equal to the standard definition of the Fourier transform, right? Now it can be represented as a x1 of omega. Here we don't, there is no changes in the omega variable, so that's why I can represent directly x1 of omega. Here also no changes in the omega variable, therefore I will consider as a x2 of omega, right? Now so this is equal to x1 of omega into x2 of omega. So what is the statement of convolution property guys? So in case of the convolution property, convolution in the time domain is equal to multiplication in the frequency domain. So that means it is, hence it is proved. Okay, that is nothing but convolution property. It is one of the most important property guys. If you have any queries, okay, you can ask in the comment section. Okay, so I hope it is very clear guys. Okay, so next thing is nothing but differentiation property guys. So in case of the differentiation property, Fourier transform of d by dt of x of t is gives rise to j omega into x of omega. Okay na, differentiation in the time x of t gives rise to j omega into x of omega అని చెప్తున్నాడు. Now so from the property of
Now we know guys, from the x of t is nothing but inverse Fourier transform. I think you guys also very aware of that one. X of t is equal to 1 by 2 pi. It is also standard formula. X of omega e power plus actually here e power j omega t into d omega. So this is a formula for x of t actually. Now d by dt of x of t, that means differentiation of x of t with respect to t variable gives rise to 1 by 2 pi d by dt of integral this x of t value is equal to this one, just you can replace with that one. So x integral minus infinity to infinity x of omega into e power j omega t into d omega, right? Now you have to perform the differentiation with respect to t. So x of omega is a constant value because of it is in terms of omega, okay. Now just you have to only differentiate the e power j omega t. Now it is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity x of omega e power j omega t into j omega. So that gives rise to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity j omega into x of omega e power j omega t into d. Now if you observe this equation, it is a standard form of the inverse Fourier transform equation. But మనం ఎలా ప్రూవ్ చేస్తామంటే దీన్ని స్టాండర్డ్ ఈక్వేషన్తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే x of omega ప్లేస్లో చేంజెస్ ఏమున్నాయి, j omega into x of omega ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి this x of omega is equal to this one, okay. Now I think you are also d by dt of e power at, suppose a into e power at. So this is also basic formula. Just ఈ ఫార్మాట్ చేశారంటే ఒమేగా కాన్స్టెంట్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు e power j omega దగ్గర కాన్స్టెంట్ ఏముంది, దిస్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు కాన్స్టెంట్ అని ఏ అనుకున్నామంటే a into, okay, e power at format lo, okay. So that is a differentiation property. So it is also very clear, I hope guys. If you have any queries, you can please ask in the comment section. Coming to the second and third most important property, that is nothing but Parseval's theorem. So it is also one of the most expected questions from the Fourier transform, okay. So let us see here, integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of t into x2 of t into dt. So that is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity x of omega into x conjugate of omega, okay, x conjugate of omega. So that is the statement actually. So here also same thing guys, x1 of t is equal to, it is the inverse Fourier transform formula. Therefore x1 of t is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of omega into e power j omega t into d omega. It is also a standard formula guys. Next thing, now you have to consider, this is a statement actually, integration of x1 of t into x2 of t into dt, right? Therefore integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of t is equal to this one. Therefore I can replace this formula here, that is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of omega into e power j omega t into d omega guys. Next thing is nothing but, second one is nothing but x2 of omega is there actually, okay na. x2 of omega, x1 of t, let us consider x2 conjugate of t, okay na, x2 of conjugate of t into dt. Now just guys, you have to separate the omega variables in the one integration and second one in the another integration. By changing the corresponding order of the integrations and corresponding variables, we will get like this, 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of omega into d omega. Second part is nothing but integral minus infinity to infinity x2 conjugate of omega into e power j omega t into dt guys. Next thing, here also same thing, 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of omega into d omega. Now if you observe this one, just I will take the complex conjugate to this one. Just I can represent integral minus infinity to infinity x2 conjugate of t is obviously conjugate of that one is x2 conjugate of t of whole conjugate is equal to x2 of t only. I think you are also aware of that one. So from that I can represent x2 of t here, conjugate of this one equal to e power minus j omega t into conjugate, okay. Now it is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of omega into, this is also equal to, if we compare this one, it is also standard equation of the x2 of omega Fourier transform equation. Therefore x2 of omega into conjugate into d omega guys. Suppose if you take x1 of t and x2 of t both are same, that means x1 of t and x2 of t signals are equal to x1 of t at the time I can represent integral minus infinity to infinity x of t into x conjugate of t into dt is equal to integral. It is also, I mean, if you have the relation is that integral minus infinity to infinity, or else we can also represent x of t into x conjugate of t is also represented as modulus of x of t whole square. Okay, from this basic criteria, integral minus infinity to infinity modulus of x of t whole square into dt is equal to 1 by 2 pi. Here x1 of omega and x2 of omega both are same, that's why I can represent as integral minus infinity to infinity modulus of x of omega whole square into d omega, guys. So that is nothing but Parseval's theorem. Okay, so it is also one of the most important property from the Fourier transform. Okay, coming to this one, in case of the Fourier transform, maximum important expected questions from the external point of view is nothing but, that is nothing but, first one is nothing but there may be chance of linearity property, and second one is maybe time shifting property or maybe time scaling property, convolution and Parseval's theorem. Guys, we don't expect these are the most important, but if you have a command on the these property, you can apply these properties to the any chapter, maybe Fourier series kaavachu, Laplace transform, or maybe Z transform, or maybe DTFT. But if you don't have on the command on these property, it is not possible to pass in the signals systems. Because I request you guys, please watch the video till the end. If you have any queries at any time, you can make on a comment in the comment section. Okay, definitely I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Okay, so thank you guys.